What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be playing a zero creature token reclamation deck. Now, I'd said to some of you in the comments yesterday that I might be revisiting our token reclamation deck from yesterday, and I'm actually going to pull through with this little, I guess, preview, because I know sometimes I'll tell you guys, oh yeah, I might play that deck tomorrow, but I end up changing my mind because I have like some other deck that comes up, and I'm like, oh, I really want to play this. So nonetheless, we are going to be revisiting it. And making a few edits. If you guys couldn't tell from the title, we're going to be running zero creatures, absolutely zero. Now that doesn't mean we're not going to be playing creatures, we're going to be playing tokens, of course, so it's a little bit contradictive with the title. It's not that we're not going to have zero creatures out, it's that we're not going to play any creature cards. So there you have it, 22 lands, 38 non-creatures, which seems really insane, but the more that I play this deck, the more I'm just like, man, this is so, it's so fun. The second your opponent realizes what's going on, they'll usually throw you out one or two nices, but then by the end of the game, and you've actually brought them down, they'll usually just concede and not even sweep out with the GG, so. Nonetheless, we're going to get right into the deck tech or the deck breakdown, and then I'm excited to get into the game. So yeah, starting us off, we have 2 copies of Ajani's Welcome. Now this is going to serve as some buffer. Essentially, this deck does take a little bit to get going, so whenever you do cast out your tokens, this will at least give you a little bit of life extra on top. Do have 2 copies of Dawn of Hope. Now this is in the deck for the same reason that you know, we had the Biogenic Ooze in the deck. And I think we had Dawn of Hope in the last deck as well. Nonetheless, it's 4 mana. You can create a 1/1 white soldier creature token with lifelink. And then if you pay 2, if you've gained life, you can draw a card, which is super beneficial with this deck. So yeah, just an excellent card. I've even thought about going up to 3 copies of it in this deck, just because it's really good to get out. But I found it messes with the balance a little bit too much, and I can't really find a slot to take out in order to increase this, so we'll stick with 2 copies for now. And of course, as always, if you guys have suggestions, be sure to leave them down below about this deck, future decks, past decks, all that. I love seeing suggestions. I love seeing how I should have played in a game. It really does help me, and it makes me a better player, or you know, so I like to believe at least. Moving on, we have 3 copies of Revitalize. You gain 3 life, draw a card. It's going to cycle itself out. You're also going to gain 3 life, which is excellent, which means you can pay the 2 here for Dawn of Hope, essentially paying 4 mana, gaining 3 life, drawing 2 cards, which is not that bad, right? I think the white blue is 4 mana and you only gain 2 life or something like that, and draw the cards. I'm not sure. The new Ravnica Allegiance card is the one that I'm talking about, but it's around 4 mana. So moving on, we have 2 copies of Seal Away. Just to deal with the super annoying early creatures. Let's see, Rekindling Phoenix, you know, it costs what, 4 mana, and it's a flyer that's fucking annoying, or is it 5 mana? Either way, you know, things like that. Seal Away's here to permanently get them off the board, or you know, hopefully permanently. Moving on, we have 1 copy of Broken Bond. Now I found that artifacts and enchantments aren't too huge here, but it's still nice to be able to remove them, and this is the cheapest and best 2-drop destroy target artifact or enchantment. All the other ones are just destroy target artifact or enchantment, whereas this one we can put a land card, so if we're flooded, you know, we can at least get them out of our hands quicker or something. Nonetheless, we do only have it in here as a 1 of, so important note. Also probably the first card that would get cut if I started making edits to this deck, which I probably will after the video. I usually do. So nonetheless, moving on, we have 3 copies of Root Snare. This is just to fog out your opponent, right? They got a lot of creatures or some really big ones, whatever it may be. You know, throw it on a Root Snare, bide yourself a turn. Moving on, we have 2 copies of History of Benalia. I think these cards are excellent. The Knights are great defenders, great attackers, and you'll see a little bit more while we run them coming up here in a little bit. I don't know why I use the same 10 words and I just repeat them over the course of this video. You guys just don't realize I just rearrange them. Moving on, we have 2 copies of Ritual of Rejuvenation. Basically, it's a slight upgrade from Revitalize. Instead of paying 2 mana and gaining 3 life and drawing a card, we pay 3 mana, we gain 4 life and draw a card. you know, same reason we have Revitalize in the deck. I do like Ritual of Rejuvenation if you're going for a deck like this. But most cases you just want to run Revitalize over Ritual of Rejuvenation, right? Because you're paying 1 extra mana to only gain 1 extra life, which is pretty bad. But the fact of how we're using these cards in this deck is it's perfectly okay, because we're going to gain the life from it. We're going to pay the 2 more than likely from Dawn of Hope to draw 2 cards out. Drawing 2 cards for 3 mana and gaining life, not bad. Oh, I'm sorry, 5 mana. Still not bad. Moving on, we do have 1 copy of Unbreakable Formation. Now, I found the value of this card really goes down in this deck, as you don't get swept as much. And if people are going to sweep you, you'll know it's coming. I'll just put it that way. The whole point behind this deck, I will be getting to in just a minute. So yeah, one Unbreakable Formation is perfectly fine. Moving on, we have 3 copies of Gift of Paradise. Now this is really going to help us ramp, as well as whenever we use our Wilderness Reclamation, is whenever the land's untap, obviously they'll be able to retap for 2 more mana. So really good card, and the 3 life, you know, again, we're just trying to bolster ourselves up out of the death clutches from whatever deck we're going up against. Gruul Beatdown, Simic, whatever. And I've even found this goes up against mono red pretty well. So moving on, we have 3 copies of Recollect. Now I had someone mention this card in the comments of our previous videos, and I had actually completely forgotten it existed. So I was sitting there using Regenesis like a dumbass, paying what, 6 mana, 5 mana to return 2 permanent cards to my hand from the graveyard at instant speed, which is okay. But then you have cards like Recollect, right? Return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Any target card, instant, sorcery, whatever the fuck you want, right? Anything that's in there, you can return it for only 3 mana. So that's excellent. Also, I made the blunder of not remembering Nature's Spiral. I'm sorry. So essentially, this is Regenesis, except at sorcery speed, and what, 4 mana less? Return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Now, considering we rarely use the two-prong effect of Alright, whatever. You guys know my speech is fucked up, and it's really early when I'm recording this. So, considering the huge mana difference and the fact that this only brings back 1, which is pretty much all we were really needing to bring back most of the time anyways, like, you can sub this in place for the other one. I've thought about putting Nature's Spiral in this deck, but again, there's just nothing I want to cut, and no cards that I'm like, yeah, this doesn't really fit so well. So Recollect is solving our problems for right now, and I found it works really well just because you can bring back anything, right? So if you need your History of Benalia, alright, and I'm back. No more goofing. So if you need your History of Benalia back, right? Say they're getting a lot of creatures out or something. I don't know why you would need History of Benalia back specifically. This is just an example. Say you're playing and you need specifically your History of Benalia back. Recollect, you bring it back. Say you have the same graveyard, right? Very unlikely. Same graveyard, but you don't need History of Benalia back. You need hell, I don't know, Dawn of Hope or Ajani's Welcome or Angelic Exaltation. Then you can bring that back with Recollect. So it's really good, really versatile in what you want to bring back. But for the most part, I'll show you what you'll want to be bringing back. So moving us on from this lengthy deck tech, we have 1 copy of Angelic Exaltation. This card's excellent. As a 1 of, great. I've even thought about bumping it up to a 2 or a 3 of, just because of how well it works in this deck. But for now, I'm going to leave it as a 1 of, and we'll see how it fits in the deck, and we'll go from there. So, moving us on, we have 2 Conclave Tribunals and 2 Ixalan's Bindings. Now, before anyone says anything, I only have 2 copies of Ixalan's Bindings, so hence why we are running some of the Conclave Tribunals, because I actually don't think Conclave is as important in this deck, right? We're not going to be casting out, I mean, hell, the only way we've seen that we're putting creatures on the board thus far is 2 copies of History and Dawn of Hope, which is not a whole lot, just so we're all clear. So I definitely think Ixalan's Bindings is a lot better in this deck than the Conclave. But as we only have 2 copies, and I'm being stingy with my wild cards. 2 will have to do. You know, as the great philosophers say. I think that's what they say. Moving us on, we have 1 copy of Settle the Wreckage. We all know it, we all hate it / love it, depending on if we're playing it or playing against it, but, you know, there it is. So, moving us on, we have 2 copies of Spore Swarm. Now we're finally getting into some token generation, some classic cards we know. I did originally up this to 3 or 4, and I had Wilderness Reclamation down to, I think, 2 or 3 copies. But I found it works a lot better and a lot more smooth when, you know, the 2 are reversed. So, do love Spore Swarm. Wish I could play more of it. Wish I could play more of the March of the Multitudes. Unfortunately, I don't have any Mythic Rare wild cards, and let's be real, I probably wouldn't spend one on March of the Multitudes. I've thought about it so many times, and I might, just because it was in Guilds of Ravnica, so we know the card's going to be sticking around for quite a while. It's just, there's so many, you know, newer Mythic out, so... Nonetheless, Spore Swarm in here, instant speed, create 3 1/1 green supporting creature tokens. Obviously, these are just going to be defenders or to help us cast out a bigger march. So, moving us on, we have 4 copies of Wilderness Reclamation and 2 copies of March of the Multitudes. So, you guys know the little combination I was talking about last video, how you could do Wilderness Reclamation into a big-ass march. Essentially, that's the only thing you want to be doing with this deck. You want to draw out your Wilderness, play them down, play hopefully 2, as it makes your March of the Multitudes just absolutely insane. I had a game last night where I ended up casting out 30 cost on March, which, you know, at that point, most of the time the enemy just surrenders right after you get it out, but it's still fun to see. So that's what we're going to be working on or working towards today with our deck, and yeah, we're just going to hop right into our 3 games here. Alrighty, and here we are up against Salad Man. Dope name, gotta say. Yeah. This is a pretty good hand, not even gonna seal away for some removal. Dawn of Hope we want. Wilderness Reclamation is gonna allow us to capitalize on Dawn of Hope. We have our no tapped lands, actually. I mean, we have Sunpetal Grove, but we're gonna have to force our plains down, as we already do, so yeah, this is wonderful. Bishop Soldier is not that frightening either, so we'll go ahead and throw down the Dawn of Hope. I'm not worried about snatching up his Bishop Soldier quite yet. They could have a Legion Lieutenant, which could make things very difficult, or you know, whatever. Nonetheless, Wilderness Reclamation in combination with Dawn of Hope, quick little note, say you have 4 mana, you can cast out 2 1/1 soldier tokens each turn, once on yours, once on theirs. So it's really good at defending, and we're probably going to seal away that Ajani, right? We don't have anything we want to play on turn 3 anyways. Like, we could seal away the Bishop Soldier, right, or Root Snare this next turn. But Root Snare you generally want to save for later in the game whenever they think they have lethal on you. You really want to hold it back. At least that's what I try and do. Try and play it as a tempo swing, not just, you know, I've mitigated 5 damage, whatever it may be. Okay, so that's interesting. I may have to end up sealing away the Leonin War Leader, because the War Leader is going to be sending in new units every single turn. Let's see. Play Root Snare here. We are saving the 5 damage. As much as I know I just made that comment about it, it'll keep the Ajani from perking up anymore. I think we need to Root Snare. We can always get it back with Recollect if we need it again later, so don't be as afraid to play your cards. If you have Recollect, obviously you can get back whichever ones of them you may want. So we are going to throw down Wilderness Reclamation. This will untap all of our lands at the end of the turn, and then we can decide if we want to cast out a creature token with Dawn of Hope, which we probably won't, or just seal away the Leonin War Leader and take the, what, 5, 6, 7 damage to the face. It's not great. It's not fantastic, but it's the position we're in. So yeah, we'll go ahead and pass. He's going to attack with everything. Obviously, we're going to seal away his War Leader. So as I said, the Pride Mate is something, but we can spawn up a creature token every turn, right, to defend against it. Not that we will be able to spawn up enough creature tokens to defend against everything, but we can hold out against the Pride Mate. The War Leader is just going to swarm us with... Okay, so the Conclave Tribunal isn't bad. Here's the thing. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter what order we do it in, whether we cast Dawn of Hope or Spore Swarm, but we're pretty much going to need to do that. And then we'll need units to survive for next turn so we can conclave our opponent. And I don't think there's anything we want to recollect. I mean, we could get back a Root Snare, but it's not going to help us too much. So we'll just go ahead and create a 1/1 at our end turn. Now we have Spore Swarm, and I'd rather do it this way so we have more of a surprise package coming out. I don't think we kill the Ministrant. I think we just take that damage, as much as I do hate it. Keeping the damage on the field is easier than putting it up into flyer form, right? Alright, so we'll go ahead and throw down Spore Swarm now. And might as well kill his cats. And then, do we just take the 4 damage? We'll be going down to 7 plus 1, 8. We'll have 1 token. That 1 token is not going to do us a whole lot, though, huh? Maybe. Whatever. We'll come up with a solution come next turn. I can't really afford to be playing super safe with my creatures. Obviously, these mono white Ajani decks can get pretty out of hand pretty quickly as they just keep playing creatures down. And for us, that's a little bit of a problem considering we're not drawing any. We're not drawing any form of card draw. We're not drawing any more life gain. We're not drawing any more land. We just drew another copy of Recollect, which I guess in this scenario we pretty much have to take the Root Snare, right? I mean, we could Recollect the Spore Swarm, throw down another 3, block them out completely next turn, but I think I'd rather have the Root Snare. Yeah, because we're not going to kill any of them anyways, we're just going to block them all out, so... no attacks. And of course we have all the mana back for it, so... And he does, I think he does see Root Snare. I'm pretty sure it's revealed to him. I think he does know which card I get to bring back, so... Thinking about destroying my seal away? Maybe not. Why would you still attack with everything? I mean, it's a perfectly fine play, but he knows I'm going to Root Snare him, so... You know. Okay, there's the Root Snare. Which, you know, he knew it was coming. That's why he kept back the Ministrant of Obligation. Wilderness Reclamation. Another copy. It's interesting. I mean, if we play it, we'll get a double tap from Wilderness, so we'll get to create 2 creature tokens. That's all the mana we'll have. I mean, I guess it's something. It's probably our best play. It's better than playing Conclave. So no attacks. Need that stop there. Oh, no! Damn it! Okay, so, quick little note. If you're going to use Wilderness Reclamation, you're going to use 2 copies, or really, if you're going to use it at all, put a stop on your end step. I found that does help tremendously. I can remove... Oh, no, yeah, stop on my end step, I'm sorry. I was going to say I can remove it if it's just for theirs. So we may end up losing this game strictly because I just made that huge fucking blunder. So we're going to have 1 less defender this turn, which may not seem like a whole lot, but then again, instead of losing 2 health and gaining 1, we're going to be losing 4 and only gaining 1. So that could be a whole nother turn. Either way, yeah, wow, he just keeps throwing down more and more and more. Let's Revitalize, see what we can draw out. Root Snare. That does get us through another turn, and we are going to go ahead and pay the mana. Okay, we draw a land. That's good, that's good. Okay. Full control. Okay, so we have, what, 5 mana? Let's tap that. Let's resolve the first one. 1, 2, 3. Right here. We'll resolve that. Now we can do it once more. Resolve the Wilderness. Tap out 4 more. And then we'll still have the 2 to play the Root Snare. So. There we go. We can take it off full control, throw down another creature token, and I think we just pass now. We have a Root Snare up, we have our creature tokens. We'll probably Root Snare him this turn because he doesn't know that we have it, of course. So yeah, we're in a bit of a tricky situation, but I guess it'll have to be okay for now. Our opponent's just getting down more and more creatures, which is absolutely crazy. We've seen one non-creature spell right here, Knight's Pledge. That's it. You better be glad I don't have a Settle. That's all I'm gonna say. Better be glad I don't run Settle as a 2-of. So go ahead and resolve it. Then we'll just Root Snare. Because there's no reason to block. Alrighty. Conclave Tribunal. I think we take out the Stalwart. I think we do. See, if we tap those two, we could play Recollect as well. But then, what do we recollect? A Revitalize? Yeah, I mean, I guess it's how we can stay alive. Or we can play out another copy of Dawn of Hope, which only gives us more draw proc, so it's not really that great. Alright, let's do it. Tap those two and take this sun home. And then we recollect the Revitalize. Do we recollect the Revitalize or do we recollect the Root Snare, right? This is so unfortunate. So, tap 4, we'll have 5 left over. Tap 4, we'll have 1 left over. So we could create 3 units. They have 4, 5, 6. They have 6 attackers. I don't love it, but I think it's what we need to do. So we'll put that stop on end step again. Done, and let me put it into full control. So resolve the first one. Hey, I'm not done. Game 1 gonna go to us simply because our opponent can't talk. I quit. Simply because our opponent couldn't be patient, I guess. So yeah, game 1. I think the only thing that game taught us is that some people were really impatient. Nonetheless, we're gonna get on into a game 2 here. Alrighty, and here we are up against Toothless. It's funny because I read the name and saw it was a Teferi, and the first thing that comes to mind is just a Toothless Teferi. Don't ask me. So this is an okay starter hand. We have that Settle we were looking for last game, but watch our opponent be playing complete control this game, and we're like, well, we don't need the Settle. That's usually how my games go. So we'll throw down both Temple Gardens, I'm sorry. Tap, because there's no rush in this deck, no rush in this early game. We're just gonna be playing our lands and doing all that kind of stuff. Why does Rupture Spire look yellow? I mean, has it always been yellow? I'm not quite sure. Maybe I just don't play that card or see it enough. Rupture Spire. Wow. What could they be playing that needs a Rupture Spire? Maybe they're just not that good on their mana sync. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and play out the untap so we can play Gift of Paradise, ramp us up a little bit more. We'll be up to 4 mana, which is whatever, but I'm gonna try and save my Ritual of Rejuvenation for us having a Dawn of Hope out on the field, if at all possible. Good game. Oh. Okay, and game 2, there it was. Alrighty, so we're on to a game 3 then. Hopefully I can get an actual game today. Alrighty, and I may not even cut that right there because, here we are, game 3. I frit 1066. Yeah, I mean, it's an okay hand. Minus the fact that we have 2 Guildgates. Do I play 1 Guildgate? Okay, play a Guildgate. Alrighty. Game 4. Apparently this deck's so good our opponents can't even stand to play against it. Nonetheless, we'll get on into a game 4. Oh man. Alrighty, here we are up against Ryan. Hopefully Ryan stays and faces us. Alrighty, it's okay, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Simply okay. Now, having both green and white mana in our starter hand is excellent, of course. Means we can play all of our spells regardless, at least as far as color restriction goes, not as far as cost goes, obviously, but... Leading with an island. And what? He has an Opt or a... It's gotta be an Opt, right? Or a Siren Storm Tamer, I guess. He was just taking a sweet ass time. So we could be up against mono blue tempo. I actually am not quite sure how this deck fares against it, but I guess we'll both discover today. Or I guess all of us, rather. There should be more than just 2 of us probably experiencing this match. Nonetheless, hopefully I'll actually be able to demonstrate the deck in this game here. Excuse me. Also, we're up against mono blue flyers. Always fun, always very rush build. And the fact that they're flyers is always annoying because we're playing a bunch of land creatures, right? And Siren Storm Tamer's obviously going to make it very difficult for us to remove what I'm assuming to be a Tempest Djinn kind of deck. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. And meanwhile, our opponent is just sort of taking their sweet time. I'm going to get a sip of a drink. So hopefully my mouth and my throat and all that aren't as dried out. It's just really early in the morning and I haven't had anything to drink yet, so that's why I sound probably like I'm fucking 70 or something like that. Alrighty, so we're up to 5 lands. I mean, it's not really what I wanted from Ritual of Rejuvenation, but it mitigates the 3 damage that he just dealt to us, so sure, well, here's the thing. If we go Gift of Paradise... Okay, yeah, it doesn't matter here if we throw down the untapped or the tapped land. So, throw down the tapped land, because why not? We're up to 5 mana, 6 mana in our hand. That's a really weak march. I don't like that. So we'll probably just save out for either a Ritual or a Spore Swarm. Obviously, we can't do the whole defend trick with Spore Swarm since all of his creatures are flyers or unblockables. But we could still throw it down on his turn, so he attacks with everyone, doesn't have any defenders, and then we have Spore Swarms up. I don't know. Okay, so Dimir Pirates. Actually, I didn't happen to put that synergy together. I just figured he was playing an annoying mono blue deck, but no, he's actually playing, and it may even be not Rakdos, Grixis. He may just not have drawn any red mana, which would be super unfortunate for him, super fortunate for us, of course. Not that I wish that on our opponent, but yeah, it's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. I mean, I guess we just wait and play Spore Swarm on their turn. I really do want the card draw, but I can't really justify just letting him continue to berate us, at least whenever we can defend something. And of course, we can always recollect, so I could, like, throw it on a Spore Swarm, not lose any of them, cast out a big march, recollect the march back, cast out an even bigger march, which could be our solution to the victory. So let's actually see about that. So we're going to have 3, right? Then we can tap this for 2, so it's 4, 5, 6, 7, plus the 3 on the field is 10, minus 3, the cost of March Multitude, so we can get 7 out. And then if we recollected it and did it the turn after that, we could get 17 out. No, 14 out. So, I mean, it's something. Throw down the Spore Swarm. And you know what? Yeah, no blockers. Let's just take it all to the face. I don't think he could kill us. Yeah, we still have 13 health. If he could kill us with 13 health and he has 4 mana on blue, then something... Oh, Wilderness Reclamation showing up exactly when we wanted it to. So, do we want to throw down March of the Multitudes this turn? Or do we simply want to recollect something from our graveyard, like a Spore Swarm or a Ritual of Rejuvenation? Although I think recollecting the March of the Multitudes is a lot better, right? Just go ahead and cast out a big March, and then recollect it next turn. Yeah. That's how we want to do this. So no attacks. He is going to be dealing 4, 5, 8 damage to our faces on this next turn, so we'll be down to 5 health, which is super unfortunate, but the fact that we're going to have a lot of 1/1 creature tokens with lifelink out on the board certainly does help. Oh, whoops. Okay, so quick little note, don't cast your March before you tap all your mana like a goofball. I've made so many mistakes playing with a Wilderness Reclamation, it's not even funny, so don't worry guys if you make, you know, mistakes. It's probably going to happen. And the timer will get you sometimes on this deck, so, you know, just be mindful. So there's 10 plus the 3 on the field. We can actually pay to get 10 out. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty. Feel my wrath. Feel the wrath of the creature tokens. Now, obviously, when we recollect and get March of the Multitudes back, we can either March of the Multitudes in that same turn for, you know, whatever amount, or we can wait till the next turn for our land to untap and then March the Multitudes for a little bit bigger. I don't think it really matters because we have 10 creatures that we can tap, right? So he's looking for some board wipe. Maybe a Ritual of Soot, although Ritual of Soot kills all his shit too. So no, it doesn't kill his Siren Reaver, although we can just recollect our March of the Multitudes back to our hand and use it again. So still wouldn't be his best play. Not that I don't think he's seen recollect. He hasn't had anything. He could have a dot erasure, I guess, and ruin my plans. But we have more recollects in the deck, so he's trying to figure out, I think, who he wants to attack with here. Ruin Raider. Okay, I mean that does help us tick him down on health. It does help him get some card draw, of course, but I mean I'll take him losing extra life each turn. So our opponent's pirates are really getting up there. He has 6 of them. Granted, we have 13 attackers, so if he loses too much health, we can just swing it with everyone, and he can't even defend it, which is, you know, sort of the point behind this deck. Casting out your big-ass March of Multitudes. Oh. So yeah, we could swing in this next turn if we wanted to, or we can cast out March for, hell, what, 2, 4... 5, 6, 7, plus 13, 20. We can cast out a 17 March. No, I'm sorry. 14 March, because we got to recollect it to our hand. Ravenous Chupacabra. Oh, Chupi. Okay, so I don't think we play March of the Multitudes. I do think we get it back, but I think we play Recollect and Ixalan's Bindings. And Ixalan's Bindings, his Siren Reaver, actually. That's a lot of damage that we can't block. Yeah, that's a lot of damage we can't block. Okay, so let's recollect. March of the Multitudes. Ixalan's Bindings. Oh, also put my stop up. Let's take the Siren Reaver. It was either going to be her or Ruin Raider, because Ruin Raider does give him some card draw, which could really help. But I'm not too concerned about his card draw, because even if, say his deck is running Ritual of, okay, yeah, there's a Siren Storm Tamer. I didn't even happen to account for that. Man, the 1 blue mana, I told you it was going to come back to bite me in the ass, and that's because it always does. I never think about that as a form of counter. So Ixalan's Binding's actually just a huge fucking waste there, and now I feel like a complete fucking moron. Nonetheless, we're going to swing... Yeah, we're going to swing all in with our lifelink creature tokens, gain back 10 health, because, you know, Fuck this guy. He's going to lose at least 7 health, bringing him down to 9. Then we're just going to pretty much keep overpowering from there. Great thing is his Ravenous Chupacabra really doesn't have much of an effect on us here. I mean, it can kill a creature token, but, you know, what's a single creature token to 4 mana, right? So, beginning of our end step, we will untap all of our lands. Let's go ahead and throw down the Ritual of Rejuvenation. Wilderness Reclamation. Awesome. Another copy means that our March of the Multitudes is going to be even bigger. So we're going to get what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Plus, we have 10 on the field. That's 24. Minus 3 at cost. It's 21 creature tokens. Oh, sorry, 20. He just destroyed one of ours. Forgot about the Ravenous Chupacabra existing and all that. So he's just going to stick with his guns here because his deck is very, I don't want to say basic, but it's very straightforward with what it's trying to do. So that is play creatures, attack you in the face, get the raid effects. So yeah, our Ixalan's Bindings was completely useless last turn, but I think also, okay, he's going to keep all of his creatures back. Fine by me. We'll throw down a Wilderness Reclamation. And, you know what? I'm just going to pass it back. I'm not throwing down March. I'm not throwing down a weakened March of the Multitudes. I don't care if I could do it for 2 Wilderness. I don't care if he ends up sweeping me back off this game because of that one play. It's the play I want to make, damn it. Some people get mad at me because they're like, oh, you could have won on this turn. And now, sometimes I don't realize it, so you guys, you know, got to take that into account as well. But sometimes it's like, I want to play for the big play. Yeah, I could have won. We all know I could have won on some of these games or turns or whatever, where it wasn't a mistake, and I actively chose to not, you know? That's just how I like to play sometimes. I'd rather see a really big play or a lot of health or, you know, a lot of creatures, something interesting, than just being like, oh, I won another game of Magic. That doesn't really do anything for me. I mean, it makes me happy. It makes me say, yeah, I won, but, oh, okay. Well, opponent, it was fun. I enjoyed our little session here, but I'm gonna have to say it's about to come to an end. He's got a 2-turn timer on him. So what could he have in a Dimir deck that could kill all my creatures and not his? Golden Demise. Ooh, Golden Demise would hurt my face just a little bit. Golden Demise would really hurt, actually. It'd put us super low on health, and it would be a travesty. Did I say a travesty? A tragedy. Told you guys I can't talk this morning. Alright, so let's tap all of our stuff out, and let's throw down one of these big old marches. So we can tap out 7 mana each time from our Wilderness Reclamation. So we're going to get up to, what, 21? Plus the 9 creatures we have on the board. That's 30 minus the 3 it costs to cast March. That's 27 creatures. Now we just need him to resolve. You know, I wish the whole tapping thing for land happened a little bit quicker. That's okay though, I guess. I suppose I'll let it slide this time. Alrighty. Now he just needs to hit that resolve button one more time. Maybe 2 more times. I gotta cast it out. Come on, man. Just hit resolve. I'm not done yet. Not even close to being done yet. Alrighty. So that's the 21 I was talking about. And then we have 9 units, so we can tap up to, what did I say, 27? Now imagine if you had 2 copies of Ajani's Welcomes on the field and you're casting out 27 lifelink creature tokens. You gain 54 health all in one card play. Technically 2. Technically 3, because you'd have the Ajani's Welcomes. Whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. March of the Multitudes. 27 creatures. Let's see if you can come up with enough defenders by next turn to save yourself. I doubt it, but maybe. And of course, if this wasn't enough, you know, say you know, 33, 36 attackers isn't enough to finish your opponent, well then next turn you just turn around and march his ass for 50, right? Hell, if he doesn't surrender, we may do that, right? Because I was just going over all this, you know, yada yada. So yeah, why not try and march out for like 50? Oh, he only drew a land too. That's excellent. Alright, now just don't surrender. I know it's gonna be long and gruesome me trying to tap all this stuff. How many timeouts? I have 2 timeouts. Okay, so I can do this. I believe I can fly. Yeah, I mean, cool. You're just gonna swing in with everything that we can't defend against? That doesn't help you, I hope you realize. We're not gonna kill him this turn. I don't want to kill him this turn. No, you got 6, 8, 11 damage. I don't think that's enough. Do not think you've done your math. That's okay. Hopefully he doesn't surrender after this turn, like I said. Wonderful. Just don't surrender. Just don't surrender. Swamp. Yes. Wonderful. Do we play Gift of Paradise? No. 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 Let's just do our... Oh, now he surrenders. Okay. Well... Nonetheless, you guys finally got to see what the deck could do, which is, you know, fantastic, considering the first 3 games were literally all nonsense. Yeah, let's do one more game, and then this, you know, despite however it may be, we'll just keep it. So, on to a game 5. Alrighty, here we are up against Suze, and last game you guys saw the full length of the deck pretty much, so if this game ends quickly or whatever, I'll probably be perfectly fine with that. We have an alright hand here. I do like the Gift of Paradise. I don't know why I always want to add "the" in random words or in random card names. It just feels like "the" belongs in some of them. Gift of the Paradise or Gift of Paradise. You know, whatever. Alrighty, so our opponent decides to keep his hand. We will as well. Okay, I was going to say let's reorganize all of our cards, but I guess that's really all we need to do. Having Steal Away's kind of nice. Root Snare is, you know, I'd rather draw into it than start out with it, if I'm just being honest. Now that 3rd land becomes increasingly more valuable as we draw out another History of Benalia, or rather our first copy of History of Benalia, not another. Otepic Huntmaster. We're up against the Dino deck. Alright, I see you. I understand you. So we'll probably keep Steal Away, right? Because the dinos that he can get out with Otepic are a lot more scary than Otepic himself, so. Pass to attackers. Is he going to swing in for the 1? Yeah. So oh, he doesn't have anything he can play. How do you... Never mind. I don't want to know. Johnny's welcome too. Okay, this is what we do. Go Gift of Paradise this turn. Next turn, Ajani's welcome plus History of Benalia. Sound good? Sounds good. Glad we're all in agreement with how I should play the game. I'm sorry. Like I said, it's a little bit too early, and I am starting to wake up a little bit, which is why my words are starting to get a little bit quicker and, you know, not as jumbly. Although they still get pretty jumbled. Nonetheless, charging Tuscadon, we're gonna have to steal you away, buddy. I'm sorry to report. Which means we can't play the History of Benalia this turn. We can play it next turn though, so that's perfectly okay. Because otherwise, he's gonna deal a lot of damage to our face, right? Charging Tuscadon, for those of you who don't know, if he deals any combat damage to us, it's basically just gonna double it. So if he deals 4, which he would right now, it's gonna deal 8 damage to us, which is fucking crazy. So yeah, we'll try and prevent that from happening. Forerunner of the Empire. That's gonna put a damper on things, right? We're trying to get out a bunch of 1/1 lifelink creature tokens. That's gonna put a huge damper. Maybe I should be playing the Immortal Sun, now that I think about it. Oh, well, I guess we'll see. Like I said, I'm probably gonna keep this game regardless of if it's quick loss or whatever. I just feel like you guys kind of got cheated on those first three, right? The first one was okay, but once our opponent like got impatient, it was like, well, fuck, why'd you even click to play Magic? If you're not gonna sit there and let your opponent think, like, why even play? And I know I complain about players being slow, but I want to clarify that I'm only complaining about players being slow. I don't care if someone wants to sit there and think out their turn. I don't care if somebody wants to sit there and be, commentating on their turn like I do. Sometimes, I'll take time just to explain what I'm doing. I don't mind any of that. What I mind is whenever people are like, alt-tabbing and going and watching videos while playing a game of Magic. Alt-tab after the game, Go see what they're talking about after the game, after your opponent's not sitting there waiting on you. Yeah, let's just take the damage. I don't want to lose the creature. Thankfully, I don't think his Forerunner would activate twice, because it would kill his own Atepic, right? So I think we're safe from that. We are going to need to find some way out of this, though, and I don't think a big March of the Multitudes is our answer. Maybe we Conclave the Forerunner. See, if we used our Knight and Conclave the Forerunner, we could still have 2 mana left over, which is only a Root Snare, so that's not that good. And if we don't Conclave the Forerunner and we attack with our Knight, then he's just going to block the Forerunner. So I guess we could Conclave with both of our Knights, have 3 mana left over for a Ritual of Rejuvenation. Yeah. It's probably our best play. So 1, 2, okay. And it's just going to auto-tap our land for the other. That's okay. I will be taking your Forerunner. And I guess we'll just wait for his turn to play Ritual of Rejuvenation. We're in no hurry. Is going to put us back up to 21 health, so that's fine. Now, Ghalta. Okay. I didn't mean like literally right then, but okay. Trying to activate this. You know what? I didn't figure out how much damage he could do. Ghalta's actually going to put us damn near close to dead. We'll be at what, 4 health? Nice play. Nice play. Turn 5 Ghalta. Gotta say, I love it. So, game 5, we are going to pick up a loss, but at least it was a real game. Actually, hold up. I may be able to swing this one out. I may be able to swing it out. We have 3 mana. I could play a Root Snare and play another History of Benalia. I could play a Gift of Paradise. Gives us a little bit of health. Root Snare, History of Benalia next turn. But I think the History of Benalia first is more important than the Gift of Paradise. Having more creatures out, definitely more important than, not. So, we'll swing in. And our opponent goes down to 12. In turn. Now, we're hoping he swings in with Ghalta and his charging monster source again, right? Maybe... Wow. Alrighty, so... Funnily enough, is that how that works? We can actually win pretty easily here. So he's going to tap his Otepic. He's going to swing in with everything, right? And then we're going to Root Snare him. No blocks. Our turn. Everyone's untapped. That's 6 damage to his face hole. Excellent, right? So let's go ahead and do the attacking. He's all the way down to 6 health. He's right alongside us now. Nice. Yes, thank you. I know it was very nice, huh? And we're gonna recollect the Root Snare back. He is gonna see this, of course, so he can play around it. Which, whatever. I'm not too concerned about him playing around a Root Snare, right? If he wants to swing in with just 1 monster, we'll probably still Root Snare. It'll still bide his time. Needletooth Raptor. Okay. Interesting. But here's the thing. He's going to need to hold back at least 2 defenders. He knows we have a Root Snare. Yeah. Okay. So we can march and get out. No. I want to save the march. So we're just gonna Root Snare. We're gonna play the hand he thinks we have, and that's it. So no blockers. Oh, that's wonderful. That is so wonderful. Okay, so we can play Gift of Paradise and Wilderness Reclamation. Wonderful. We throw it on Gift of Paradise, we throw it on Wilderness Reclamation, and do we march at the end of it? We may have to march at the end of it, right? And I actually don't know whose number that is, nor why they're trying to contact me, so we'll just put it on silent there. Anyways, at the beginning of your end step, untap all lands you control. Wonderful Wilderness. Okay, so say we swing in here. Kills one with Silverclad and gets to remove. I just don't think it's worth it, right? Each opponent sacrifices a permanent. So we get to choose what we're sacrificing, right? That's okay. And he kills one with Charging Monstrosaurus. Then he blocks one with Needletooth, which lives, but then he kills another one. Whichever one Needletooth isn't defending, of course, with Needletooth. And then we're left with one knight that has 2/2 on it. He doesn't have a Needletooth, but he still has all of his other creatures. So, no attacks. That plays out poorly. I'm thinking. You know, give me time. Let me do my thing. 2, 4, 6, 7 plus 4 is 11. So we can march for 8. Goes up to 17 health. I mean, we're at least going back up in health, right? Oh, no. Oh no, we already did. We did Wilderness. Okay. I'm sorry. Sorry, opponent. Sorry. I'm getting so confused. Another thing about Wilderness Reclamation is, yeah, sometimes I forget that it's gone off, and I'm like, I guess we're good. We'll wait for Wilderness, you know, and then I fucking pop everything, and I hit resolve, and then it just goes to the opponent's turn, and I'm like, oh, that's awkward. Okay, so quick little note: if you remove the stop step or the stop that you've placed, then it'll just go on through the Ajani's Welcome. So, cool little note there. Alright, so up to 17 health. How do we live this? How do we survive the blast? Another Needletooth, that's okay. We can live this turn. Oh, 2 Needletooths. What in the actual hell? He's checking all of our cards, seeing if he can win. His best line of attack is probably Galta Charging Monstrosaurus. Silverclad. Needletooth. Galta. Decisions. That's it? Okay, so that's actually a perfectly fine way to block. Block 1, we have to sacrifice 1. That's fine. Then we can block 3, we'll still have 8. He's up to 4, 7, 8. We're gonna lose 8 health here. Gain back 4. No, we're gonna lose 9 health here. Gain back 4. So we're gonna lose 5 health, so we'll be down to 12. Now, the reason you don't want to put 5 blockers on Silverclad is because then he's going to proc 5 times, and you're going to have to sacrifice 5 somethings, right? Okay. I do think the knights are more valuable here. No! No! Oh, we bricked a land. That's awkward. That's so awkward. Dawn of Hope would have been so good there. No, I mean, I'm not playing it. I'm not letting them see we don't have shit in our hand. Instead, I'm going to put a stop on everything. Oh no, this is so not good. So not okay. Can he win here? 17 damage. I think he can pull out a victory here if he... Well, no. But he could set himself up very, very well. So what, doing the same thing he did last time? If he's just going to keep attacking like that, I probably will kill his Silverclad this turn. Killing him with the Knights isn't as bad as killing him with 5 creature tokens, so... Still would get 3 procs, so that's pretty deadly, right? There's a charging monster source. Let's see, so say we do block him, right? And we have to kill... Oh, I'm sorry. We have to destroy 3 things afterwards. What would we destroy? 1 land. Can't really afford to give him charging Tuscadon back. We can't really afford to give up Ajani's Welcome either, but that's the position we'd be in. So we have to give up 3 things. Let's give up... Wait a minute. How much damage is he dealing here? 8 plus 5 is 13. Okay, we're going to live. That's all that I really care about. We can give up a soldier, a land, I guess Ajani's Welcome, maybe the Conclave. I'm sorry, game. I can't even see my timer, but I'm sorry. I'm thinking. This is difficult. He's put us in a very sticky situation. Granted, we have managed to get him down to 6 health, so I definitely think we've held our own against a turn 4 Galta for us to still be kicking and him to be so low. But like I said, this may be... I used the timeout? I couldn't even see the timer. Oh. What? I thought it activated each time he's dealt damage. That doesn't make any sense. I should have killed him earlier then, right? Oh, come on, game. We got the answer to Galta, but we have no way to live past that. Ah, damn. Alrighty, so game 5, picking up a loss. Narrowly. I didn't realize that about Silverclad. I thought if you blocked him with 5 creatures, that's 5 instances of him getting damage dealt, right? Whatever. I don't know if Magic messed up there, if that was me. Give me your Galta. I can't do anything else, but give me your Galta. Put a stop on all of his turns. Just don't swing all in. Don't do it. Nah, we have a seal away. Don't attack me. Alright, that's gonna be GG. Damn. Seal away, not a Revitalize, but a Ritual of Rejuvenation would have worked there. A lot of cards could have pulled us out that victory. Nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed the matches today, even though they were just, you know, something different. If you did, be sure to leave a like down below and a comment in the comment section for suggestions on this deck, future decks, past decks, you know, whatever. You guys know I'm perfectly open to any amount of conversation down there. And then, of course, as always, if you enjoyed, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.